The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser-cut dice towers, tokens, and more developed by a gamer for gamers and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts.
Why, hello there. I do not believe we've had the pleasure of being introduced before. My name is Poppy Tealeaf, and I am just so pleased to meet you today. You know, when my friends and I set out on this expedition, I knew my life would change, but I didn't quite know it would change this much. I definitely didn't expect the adventures that we would have. And I'm just so glad that you decided to come along for the ride with us. I'm always looking to make new friends, so if you could just do me a big ol' heaping helping favor and recommend us to your friends, leave us a rating, or give us a review on Apple Podcasts, I would be so eternally grateful. I really would. And Wildfire would as well. So, from me and Wildfire, thank you so much for listening to our tales from the Coughran frontier and being a part of our lives. We do so appreciate it.
Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Gideon Block, a paladin with a tragic past.
I'm Kiri Hester, and I play Poppy Tealeaf, a highborn halfling druid searching for a new life.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Zonimus Dinar, a half-elf rogue with a past he can't seem to escape.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play McBride Stoneshaper, a young dwarf sorcerer setting out to understand his own arcane gifts.
And I'm Ash King, your dungeon master. Join us now for Tales from the Coughran Frontier.
It's been a difficult day. You have been exploring the ancient and hidden temple to Nightmare, the Terrible Black. Apparently one of the mythological dragons of Rotoya. Making your way down into the bowels of the temple, you had to deal with some very unruly kobolds that attempted to block your path. However, through various means, you managed to fight your way through them and eventually found yourselves in what appears to be the guard barracks of this particular temple, managing to find a safe spot to take a short rest and recover some of your strength to figure out how you're going to move forward.
I do want to take a second. This is your informational helpful local D&D player here to remind you, if you are a druid and you have taken Circle of the Land, you have a ability called Natural Recovery, where you can recover spell slots up to half your druid level during a short rest. Don't forget about this. It's super helpful when you feel like your party may or may not have to fight a dragon and you only have 1 second level spell left. This has been your public service announcement. Thank you and good day.
This is Johnny Payne, and I approve this message.
Thank you. I was about to say that myself.
I have a question. Since we have been resting here for more than an hour, for an hour at least, how about the frightened condition?
Oh, it's still marinating.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought, because you said you were frightened for an hour.
Yes, so it is for an hour. I will need you to go ahead and make a save to see if it is still affecting you or if it goes away.
But the irony is, since we are frightened, do we roll at disadvantage?
Oh, no, because
it's just attack roll.
That's just attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's double check it.
This is not exhaustion.
Wait a minute.
This is just frightened.
I could waste a final bless.
It's fine.
No, okay.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Guidance, everybody.
Oh, I'm lucky. I was like, oh no.
Oh, 14?
14, okay.
23.
23, okay.
Math.
12, okay.
19.
So how the tables have tabled, because Zonimus, you are the only one who is still affected by whatever this fear magic is. Actually, you know what, Zoni? Go ahead and roll again.
I'll use a die this time.
Can I use the app this time? I'm really scared.
Oh,
7.
no.
7. Okay. You're still afeared of whatever.
We have now. I'm all for saving supplies and stuff, but if push comes to shove, we do have this heroism in a bottle, and I feel like maybe he would be immune to the frightened condition. But also, I feel like Zonimus is also a blank mask, and we may not know that he is still technically frightened.
Might find out really well in just a minute.
I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, I'm actually feeling. I'm not really worried so much. In fact, I think maybe we should check out those double doors.
Well, look at it this way. Like, this was just a common place. Like, there were just regular varmints here and regular workers and stuff. And so it's just the iconography of a dragon. Like, it doesn't mean there's actually a dragon still here. It's a long time ago. I think we'll be all right.
I think we should try it.
Maybe it's just a bigger statue.
Hey, Gideon,
Yeah.
what's your game here?
I don't have a really.
Why are you
game.
in such a hurry to go through that door?
I just thought we'd be able to check it out.
Uh-huh.
Why? Is there a problem with that? You were all gung ho to do that earlier.
Well, was I?
Yeah.
Making accusations against me now.
Oh yeah. No. I was
Is it
saying.
yeah or is it no?
I was saying.
Are you going to trust him and go through that door with him?
Well, yeah.
Zonimus, look into my face. I do still have cobalt blood under my eyes.
Tiny little Rambo.
I know what it feels like to be scared and to feel like everyone's out against you, and you have lived a life which has caused you to question the intentions of everyone that you've ever known. But I can tell you right now, if there's anybody in the world that you can trust, it is me. Do I want to fight a dragon right now? No. But you came into this temple and you have brought me farther and deeper into this temple than I ever wanted to go, because you said we need to save humanity from the darkness that is inside this temple. And you're going to go back on your own word right now? The Zonimus I know, when he says something and makes his word known, he's not going to go back on it. He may lie to you and deceive you about how he's going to do that, but he still gets it done. And you're going to get this done right now because I know you can, and because I know you're scared, and you're going to use that fear to save the world. And I give you a little reassuring pat on your poppy tattoo arm.
All right.
I gotta take that inspirational speech.
You really do. You really do.
He's going through the door first. And I'm going to be right behind.
All right. Would you like a little shot of liquid courage?
You can wash it down with the whiskey. It's not actually whiskey.
Is it one that you just found in the bag?
It is a potion of heroism, where you would be under the blessed spell and get temporary hit points.
And you are immune to being frightened. But it only lasts.
Oh, I don't know. You're not.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I just looked up. You're not immune to frightened, but you are under the blessed spell, and you get temporary hit points. That's all you get. But maybe if our benevolent dungeon master
It is
decides
a potion of heroism.
if he takes
It's
it,
not the heroism spell.
right?
Right.
Maybe
That was my confusion.
Our wonderful DM might let you retake that frightened check again now that if you drink this. But I would say drink this and you'll maybe feel a little bit better about going in this door.
But the results will be temporary. I don't know how temporary.
For 1 hour.
So I will take it out of your hand, Gideon. Still holding it at arm's length. Look over at Poppy. Cock an eyebrow.
I wink.
All right. I'll drink it down.
It tastes like bubble gum. But like that bubble gum that medicine tastes like. Not good bubble gum.
Gross.
No, it tastes. I kind of picture it as almost having like a very citrusy, that light citrus flavor, because it's a very amber golden liquid. It goes down a little thick, but once you take it and once it kind of settles into your system, you're feeling a little better, yeah?
So I'll drink it down. Smash it down on the ground.
Hey, Hey, that was a perfectly good bottle.
Pull out my flask. Wash it down. I'm still right behind you.
All right. Unfortunately, I hate the fact that I'm going in here without my gun, but let's give this thing a try. I'll listen in first, see if I can hear any sounds on the other side of the door.
The doors themselves are very, very thick, so if there is any noises to be heard past them,
Yeah. Okay, good. That's
very difficult.
If I could hear it through the door, then we're something weird.
How thick?
Thick
Okay.
with 2 C's.
And goes inside.
More
Pushes
than
in.
a foot?
You gonna go ahead and go inside? Okay.
Pushes in.
Okay, give me a strength athletics
Okay, that's fine.
to try and push these bad boys open.
I am.
Here,
Do it.
Here, get in. I'll help you.
No. Okay. Well, if you want to give me the assistant, then I'll patrol it.
Sure.
Could I get a little guidance?
Guidance.
Oh, yeah. that's
Natural
not bad.
19.
What's that? Well,
to
'cause
eight.
it-
Well, he just rolls at advantage.
Oh, that's right.
but unfortunately, that's not good. It's an 11.
11. All together with everything.
Okay, then try this.
Hold
Can
on,
I down the giant potions?
Okay, I mean,
Gideon, hold on just a minute. Oh, no, never mind.
I could turn into a bear,
I thought maybe it said pull.
That's true.
and then I would also be a bear at that point in time and have
Let's
some
do that.
temporary hit points. Okay, I'm gonna turn into a bear
Okie dokes.
and try to push
ol' bear?
this try to push this door open.
Okay.
Let's see. Come on, big money. It's a 2. So it's a 4 total. I put my head up against it and push. Because-
If I drank the potion of giant strength, could I try it again?
I mean, you could try again even without the potion of giant strength,
Just
but
try again.
Okay, we'll try it again.
I'm not
go
going
back.
to force you to down it just for a door. Because you were really close. Is anybody helping Gideon?
I'll help Gideon. Yeah, we can help Gideon.
Here we go. Well, I don't know. Golly, yeah. It's strength athletics is not good. 13.
13. Okay, with the 13. It takes some heaving and some huffing and some puffing, but you get the doors open just enough so that you can enter and so that the poppy bear can enter.
Yeah. I mean, rawr.
But entering into this chamber, this is the largest chamber by far that you have seen in this temple. Straight ahead of you, about 30 feet, you see an altar that has various offerings and looks like burnt down candles. Kneeling in front of it is a dragonborn. But looking beyond this altar, in the gloom is a absolutely massive form that causes you to pause for just a moment. Your breath catches in your chest as you realize what it is. That's a dragon.
By the forge.
But the form is completely still. The skin pulled taut over bone. And you see the scraps of what look like wrappings and bandages that are kind of hanging off this ancient, desiccated form. The priest, kneeling before the altar, very slowly stands and turns to face you all, bringing forth a wooden staff, looking up. Why come you?
We mean no harm.
Mean no harm? Ha! As the sorcerer kobold from before hops up onto the altar and points at you all and, chitters something in the draconic language. You have broken into the temple. You have slain its guardians.
We actually didn't break in.
Ha!
The place was cleared for us.
We are only
only awakened when the seal is broken.
Oh, yeah, we did do that.
And the seal was about to be broken by someone much worse than us.
This I doubt.
And as far as your guardians go, they'd still be alive if they would have chose to not attack us on sight.
He's lying a lot, but he's not lying now. It's true. We were come to help. The people that wanted to break in would have done terrible things, but none of the little kobolds had listened to anything we tried to tell them.
He usually tells the truth, but he's lying now.
You want deception, persuasion? I don't actually.
Deception, because you guys didn't
don't
actually.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
You never tried to talk. You just
thought about diplomacy real hard, but I didn't do it.
So that's a modified 16.
There was clearly a misunderstanding. We actually thought this place might be abandoned. It looked like it hadn't been used in years. And then when we were attacked, well, we defended ourselves. That's what we do. But I'm not here to make a judgment. If there's some way we can help, that's fine. But as my friend here said, something worse was coming. And if they'd come in, there'd be no mercy.
The only help that you can give is to forget.
Well, I don't think we can forget. But we can leave if it's bothering you.
Yes, your presence bothers me. But your knowledge bothers me more. This place was to remain sealed, was to remain secret. We devoted our existence to the protection of this place.
Why?
For him.
as she looks to the corpse
To await Nightmare's return.
Is Nightmare supposed to return?
This is our hope.
Abandon hope.
Well, we got a situation because while you guys is waiting for Nightmare to return, there's people out there working to bring back the Empire of the Eternal Flame.
She tilts her head.
And we figure that's bad news, and we need to join together to stop that from happening.
I know not of this empire. I know that our Lord lost a great battle ages ago.
Against whom?
Big guy, flaming hand.
No.
Oh.
The thing with no name. The Mind Eater.
Oh, that's not where I was going. Okay. Well, how long have you been here?
I only awaken when the seal is broken.
Well, we were able to break the seal because that evil force outside that we saved you from cleared a path for us. They were coming in here because they sought something inside of power. You wouldn't happen to know what that is, would you? Because right now it does not seem like there is a great force of power in this temple. And I look up at the corpse. You don't think they would happen to know a way to speed up his return, do you?
Only the Great Mother knows when Nightmare will return.
Is it also possible that they could have been trying to come in here to make sure Nightmare doesn't come back and tip the balance in a fight that they are wanting to wage across Ratoya?
This I know not. I know not of this empire that of which you speak.
Which side, if Nightmare were to arise, would the dragon fight on?
Nightmare serves the gods, as do all the dragons.
And I flash my badge at Daga.
Ah, I know of your kind. The ones who fight in the name of the gods. Originally, before your kind came about, it was the dragons' duty. The gods gave them powers. The dragons used them as they saw fit. Nightmare's power was to take fear and to twist it.
Twist it into something good?
Of course. Nightmare was the eater of fears and the eater of nightmares. And it was Dreamweaver, his beloved. It was her duty to transform those fears into beautiful dreams. But when the Mind Eater attacked and took over our dread lord, it was only Dreamweaver who could defeat him.
I'm afraid we might have been misjudging of you and Nightmare. And I believe we owe you an incredible apology, because I think we might have jumped to the wrong conclusion about Nightmare.
Many have.
I think that to atone for what we've done in your temple, we are more than willing to aid you in your ability to bring Nightmare back. And we are asking you what it is we can do for you to bring Nightmare back.
As I say, the only force that can bring back our dread lord is the will of the gods.
Yeehaw! Hey everybody, it's Red Dirt D&D Day. We've pulled into the Midway station to say thank you once again to all of you who are turning this into a bullet train by spreading the word about Red Dirt D&D. This is Brooke, aka Coughran Stone Shaper, and as I record this, we are in the middle of the holiday seasons in the United States. Perhaps you are still pondering a gift for someone. Might I suggest a Patreon level to Red Dirt D&D? And if you're listening to this at a different time of year, birthdays, they happen at all times of the year. Bonus content, whoo-hoo, it's not just for Christmas anymore. Anyway, hey, maybe that special someone is you. So let a friend or a family member know that you like Red Dirt D&D, or just look in the mirror and say, you, my friend, deserve a little Patreon bonus content. Check out all the details at patreon.com/reddirtdnd, and then keep sharing us on all the platforms. We are so thankful for all of you, not only now, but all year long, our listeners of Red Dirt D&D. Let's jump back on board and continue into the Caliban frontier.
I'm gonna pop back into my cute little self. Hi, Poppy Tea Leaf, nice to meet you.
You are an unfamiliar creature to me.
You are unfamiliar to me as well. I'm just learning so many new things today. I fear that we do not know much about the Empire of the Eternal Flame. Seems real bad. It seems like they want to kind of take control over all free peoples and animals in Ratoya, which I know we don't want, you don't want, Nightmare don't want, Goddess doesn't want. I fear that the Empire wants into this temple in order to figure out some kind of way to take Nightmare's power of fear and to use it against people in a way that Nightmare never would or would never intend to, and to go against his very nature. And I know, again, you don't want that, we don't want that, Goddess don't want that. We would love to leave and let you continue on, waiting for the day when Nightmare returns from his long sleep. However, problem is, the second we leave, they're gonna come back, try to get in again. Had an idea to maybe try to reseal the doors, maybe do some kind of recovering of the doors from the outside. I'm not sure if that would work. I'm wondering if you have any kind of magics or powers to relocate the Lord himself.
No, he must remain here.
Okay.
This is his temple.
Let me ask you another question. While you have been in your stasis state, I will call it, the Ratoya has gone on. Thousands of years have passed, millennia. That's why you don't know what I am. We're new to the area, last couple centuries or so. So, my question then becomes, do you have the power to reseal the doors?
This I can do.
Would it be stronger now than it was when we broke in an hour ago? A few hours ago. Because it's like new.
Likely so. The energies of the temple feed itself.
So I think that might be our option, gang, is to have this beautiful priestess seal the doors again from the inside with fresh magic. Maybe try to see if we can't collapse some of the canyon over it. And if we could find the Yodis again, or maybe get word to them to kind of just keep an eye on the place, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But that seems like it might be our best course of action.
Right. I think if you can seal the doors, we will find a way to cover the temple again as it was before. The creature that was trying to find their way in here is gone. We have destroyed it.
Good.
And there's no word back, hopefully, to the Empire of the Eternal Flame that Aldonza was trying to make their way in. So hopefully that knowledge has been lost to them. If we can block the entrance, if you can seal it, we can maintain Nightmare's secret until he comes again.
Hopefully, we'll be able to put an end to this Empire of Eternal Flame. Or, I'm speculating. We're pretty cool. We probably could do it. Not really our job, but we'll find something, we'll get some help, and maybe the Empire of Eternal Flame won't try to break in before they figure out that Aldonza did not get in. We can buy some time, essentially.
She stares at you, Gideon, very intently.
You swear this to me?
I swear it by the Lady Daga.
She brings her staff and taps it on the ground, and you feel magic start to swirl. And looking to you, she says,
I swear on the soul of Nightmare, and upon all the powers that the gods have invested into me, should you break your promise, there will be no place where you can hide from the soul of fear. It will haunt you until your dying day, should you break your word. Paladin of Daga.
I swear.
And I'm really sorry about all of your minions.
I want to go over to the sorceress and have him interpret that I say
The kobold sorceress was also a girl.
The Dragonborn is also her. I'm sorry.
It's a sorceress and a priestess.
it's hard to tell, but...
Yeah. Oh, so I have her interpret that. I say, we are so very sorry, and we meant no harm. We are feeling really, really bad right now.
You see the most, intense distrust in the face of this little kobold.
Mm-hmm. I would like to go into my pocket because it's in just my regular jacket pocket. It's not in my stuff, and I have a picture of my mom. Yep, a thing I have, and I would like to kind of bow my head and go as if I'm gonna place it on the altar. Mm-hmm. My mother was the source of my greatest hope and my greatest fear. I hoped that she would deliver me from the life that I did not want, but I feared that she never would. And I would like to offer this to Nightmare in super guilt about not offering diplomacy as I usually do in the poor lives of those poor kobolds. And I think that it's the only thing that I have that is befitting of his mightiness. I'm just gonna pop that up there.
Your offering is appreciated, little one.
Coughran reaches into his backpack and pulls out one of the scrolls that came from Aldonza's treasure chest and goes over to the little sorceress kobold and very kind of formally hands it out.
She looks very, very suspicious of you.
He just waits a little bit longer.
Very slowly, the hand comes out and snatch!
There you go.
Grabs the paper, she whips it open real quick.
It's the scroll of enhanceability.
Rolls it up, sticks it into her robes.
And I will also make an offering of the potions that we found. Oh, you already had the ones. So the potion of Stone Giant Strength as well, just to give an offering. This was found here in Nightmare's temple, so it belongs to you. We are again so very sorry that we have trespassed on your area.
Yeah, the priestess will take them and kind of set them off to the side. You do notice that there's also a couple of very tribal-looking warriors standing as an honor guard and watching you all very closely. But she looks at you all and says,
If there is no more, then you will go. Leave this place.
Please.
Forget
there's actually a lot more. Like, I was kind of wondering about all this writing and stuff.
Margaret, honey, let's just go.
Yep,
But
we gotta
there's
go.
a lot
I
to
know,
learn.
We gotta go.
Nope,
We're
I'm
pulling
gonna
back.
grab his sleeve. We're just gonna beat
We're
feet.
just gonna, Zonimus and I pick him up, and his feet are going while we walk out.
Yes, the priestess leads you all back to the well.
Oh, well.
Did you have an
before
offering
we're
you
led
wanted
back
to
the
make?
well, I have an offering. I'll approach the priestess, and I will tell her that. What did it say at the door in the front, Maka?
Cast away all hope.
Cast away all hope, but it seems like hope is all that's in here. Hope is what's going to get you through this. I'm going to roll up my sleeve. I'm going to say, so I hope you understand this. And I'm going to shift over to the Cobalt Sorceress. And I'm going to lean down. I'm going to say, you better hope you and I never cross paths again. And I'm going to back away into shadow and disappear.
So is there a way to get to the other side of the well from where we are without having to go for a swim?
Nope. Then the priestess actually very happily dived in.
Oh, I just was wondering if there was some other path that we didn't take that we could. Okay, so we do have to go back for a swim. Okay.
One way in, one way out.
Bags anyway.
Oh, well, no, I was gonna go. That's what I was saying. I was wondering if there was a
Right,
way to get back there without having to go for a swim. But
I crab it. But this time I'll ride Zonimus's shoulders.
Make sure my scroll cases are nice and tight.
She very elegantly and very happily dives into the water. You actually notice like there's a bit of a flare on the sides of her cheeks where it looks like she potentially has some gills, but she zips through, jumps out, leads you all back to the temple doors. She doesn't actually step outside of the temple, and she waits for you all to exit.
my lady, if you don't mind, you never really answered the question. How long have you been here?
Longer than you can imagine, soldier of Daga.
We wish you peace in your next rest.
She gives a nod, and she takes a few steps back, lifts her staff, and taps it down onto the stone floor. The doors of the temple shut tight with a fairly ominous sound, and those of you with connection to magic do feel that the ward that was originally over this door reforms.
Makran kind of takes a stubbly step back. Whoa.
And it's stronger than it was when we were here earlier?
It definitely feels a little bit stronger.
It's almost like we can actually feel it radiating this time.
Yes.
You came across some clay jars with some stuff that might be able to break up rocks above this temple door.
No way. I was thinking we just asked the McKees if they got any dynamite.
What spells do you have, Poppy, and what about you, Makran?
Available or equipped?
What have you picked for today?
Today I've got Earth Tremor. That could be helpful. I've got
Oh, yeah, I could.
Thunderclap, Thunderwave, Pass Without Trace, Silence and Blur,
Okay, and Makran?
and Healing Word, and Ice Knife, and Detect Magic.
Earth Tremor and Thunderwave are the two that might be helpful.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to back up. You guys do your thing, because apparently you guys got it.
Yeah. So what I will say, if both of you cast Earth Tremor, not going to require, obviously stone can't make a dex saving throw. But with the two of you both casting Earth Tremor, you can basically cause a rock slide to rebury the temple doors.
How many spell slots do I have left? Oh, I haven't used any magic since our last short rest. Yeah, I can do that. What do you think, Makran?
You take some time to study, to look, kind of the shape of the land and the forming of that and such. And
Take a mental picture.
Gonna get his compass out, his sextant, and
yeah,
do all the right calculations.
Can we do it from down here, or do we need to go to like a top on the canyon above the door?
It might be safer if you go like above the door, just because if you cause a rock slide, it might get a little wild. But
how far away from the door is like the tent of Aldonza and stuff? Is that in peril is my question.
Aldonza's tent is a good, I would say probably at least a good 100 feet from the door itself.
It's probably okay. And if not, no big deal. Yeah, how's Wildfire?
Wildfire seems very nervous, but now that he's had some time out in the fresh air and, away from the oppressive air of the temple, he's much perkier.
I'm so glad. Let's go on a ride. And I'm going to hop on Wildfire and kind of point. We're going to go up and around and get on top of this door. Come on, my friend. Oh, I guess you got to hoof it. You don't have a...
It's okay, we're natural sprinters.
And I would recommend Zonimus and Gideon that you don't stand right here.
No, we're going to go back down towards closer to the temple, to the tent, and watch you basically up on top of the mountain and watch you bring down this mountain.
It's going to be really cool.
Oh, very nice.
So, Makra and I will go up there and actually on our little walk, Makra, I don't feel like we've had very much time to talk to each other, and I just want you to know that I understand the structure of your community and how that could feel very oppressive for someone of your gentle nature and gentle yet rebellious nature. So I don't really want to talk about it, but I feel like we've got more in common than we realize. But let's go bring down this mountain.
Zonimus, anything you want to talk to me about?
Maybe we can do super wonder twins and...
Hey, Gideon.
Yeah.
I told her that I don't try to hold her back. I'm not trying to protect her. I think I'm taking the path where she can do whatever she wants to do. I'm not going to get in her way. I am going to get in the way of anybody coming at her, though. I told her that I just feel it in my bones that one day, to save us all, she's going to have to crumble mountains, flood the valley, and break the world. And here she goes now.
Well, looks like there might be something prophetic in what you were saying, and it looks like it all begins today.
I'm going to take off my jacket and swing it over my shoulder, and I'm going to reach up with the arm that has the rattlesnake tattoo, and I'm going to grab you by the shoulder and kind of shake you so that tattoo's right there in front of you. Then I'm going to say, "That's our girl." And I'm going to walk away as the rocks fall in the distance behind me towards the site of the tent.
All right, so behind you, in the glow of the afternoon sun, the earth begins to shake quite violently, and loose rocks and debris from the top of the canyon begins to fall. First a little trickle and then a little bit greater until the spells run their course. And the entrance to the temple is once more obscured from view. In the distance, you hear the whinnies of horses as the McKees arrive to pick you all up. So that way they can take you back to the farm, get you guys your horses, and the next step of your journey can continue.
Red Dirt D&D, Tales from the Caliban Frontier, is Ash King as our Dungeon Master, Brooke Bullock as Makran Stoneshaper, Johnny Payne as Zonimus Dinar, Kiri Hester as Poppy Tealeaf, and I'm Michael Cross as Gideon Block. Our sound producer is Mark Coughran. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. We here at Red Dirt D&D could really use your help in getting the word out about us. If you like what you've heard, make sure and subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D and share us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and reddirtdnd.com. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. We have several giving levels to help us grow up big and strong. Join us next time as we go deeper into the Kalban frontier.